Hey everybody, it's Dr. Amy Banter and Eric Banter, and it is February, so heart health is a focus that you're wanting to chat about, and some of the research that you've done here recently is telling of why
Mhm.
it's nice to focus on this.
Well, heart health, heart disease is the number one killer of all Americans. And then if you look, I don't think people realize this, if you look, heart disease kills more people than all cancers combined. And I think there's
Big
so much
number.
awareness out there about, the worry about cancer and cancer prevention, and that's huge too. But I think the unspoken thing is heart disease. Even for young people, we're seeing heart disease occur in people in their 30s now. So one of the big contributors that we wanted to have a little conversation here on is stress, right?
When you said let's work together, right, when we started this
Mm-hmm.
back a few years ago, personalized care is really when you said, okay, if we're going to do preventive, holistic, primary care, it has to be personalized. I mean, that was your big deal right out of the gate, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's the medical component, but then there's the lifestyle component,
Mm-hmm.
right? That gets into our breathe, eat, move, sleep pillars. And you still say breathe is probably, because I'm doing a lot of the coaching across the pillars, that the breathe pillar, our stress management pillar, is the one you always are like, this is the most powerful thing we can show people
Mm-hmm.
how to manage it.
And it's one that is ignored, I think, in a traditional medical model. Doctors don't have time. I would try to address it, but I didn't have time to really dive in and see, like, how are you doing? How are you managing stress? What's keeping you up at night? What's, making you
Hmm.
um, feel like your heart's racing and fluttering and anxious? Instead, it was kind of this revolving door. So you'd be like trying to medicate people to help them feel less stressed, and sometimes that's necessary. But in this model, you're right. Like, that's been, I think, the most unique thing in these past few years with us working together is being able to spend the time and then have you and I work together as a team. And every patient walks out, one of their prescriptions is their breathe pillar, how they're
I
going to
know.
manage their stress and meet with you.
Could just be 2 minutes of stillness,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, we use the word meditation very loosely, right? To get into a meditative state is something really special, right? But to get there, we have to at least learn how to relax physically, mentally, emotionally. And physically, I mean, we can sit here and not move, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's easy.
yeah.
But the mental thing, this is where people start to get all stumbled up with why I can't still my mind. Well, then, yes, none of us can, right? We're human beings, and the mind likes to race. But we can get better at that with practice, which is why it just starts with 2 minutes of stillness, right? Keep your eyes opened. Um, See if you can focus the mind on one thing before it's like, what's for dinner, and then laugh at, wow, okay, this thing is a monkey mind. It's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to tame it, I think, is what's, so important. If we had a wild horse, right,
Mm-hmm.
it will not tame itself, right? So you've got to find a way to have the drive to, one, get on it, because it could be scary, right? To break a horse. I can only imagine. I'm not a cowboy, but now that I'm thinking about this,
Mm-hmm.
it is scary. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing with relaxation or meditation, right? Don't think it's supposed to be easy, but it's something that has to be done to have a functional working horse or a functional working mind. In the absence of that, it is a demise of many in our culture today.
It has to be scheduled. I was working with a patient the other day, and stress is it's having a huge impact on her health. She has worked so hard on diet and lost weight, and she's sleeping better, and she started an exercise program, but stress is hurting her health. And it's busy day, works crazy busy, sits and eats at her desk, and hard to even take a minute away, gets home late. It's just this whole vicious cycle I think we all fall prey to. But
Oh, if you're an
we're
American, you have to
living.
fall into this because we're very productive, get
Mhm.
a lot of stuff done, but to our own demise. If we're not careful, right? The wild horse will just run loose in our mind. And then we think that's normal if
And
we if we do it
yes.
long period of time.
Well, we sat down and I said, okay, so far part of her plan when she left, it was like, okay, so how are you going to schedule this into your day? How are you going to make this one goal until we meet again? And so we came up with every day at 2, she was going to set an alarm and take a 2-minute break. And we kind of combined it with a healthy protein snack in the afternoon, have a little protein snack.
Protein's good.
And then she was going to do breathing. She was going to shut her computer down and just shut her eyes and listen on her Calm app or whichever one she had. And I think actually we ended up negotiating up to 5 minutes. And she's going to try to
Wow,
work
look at
towards
you
10
negotiating,
minutes.
Dr.
I
Amy.
know. But I think that is so crucial. We've been doing that at work. We've been taking time out saying, okay, we're going to meditate at lunch, or we're going to spend a couple
Start of the
minutes at
day,
the start of the
fun.
day and just all put our intention so that we can all be present for our patients for the day. And
It works. It's good stuff.
yeah, there's something called, oh gosh, Takayatsu. Oh gosh, I can't even say it.
Easy for you to
Anyway,
say.
broken heart syndrome. We'll write it in the captions. It's really hard to say. Starts with the T. Anyway, it's broken heart syndrome. And literally, so people stress. I had this happen to a patient last year in our office. Not in our office, but she is a patient of ours, and it happened to her. She had a heart attack. Her arteries are clean, there's no plaque. Stress raised cortisol. She had a spasm of her artery and caused a heart attack, and it was all from stress. And it is a real
So,
thing.
and we want to do this because we want you to take it serious. We are here as experts in this field of helping with mastery of, stress and just our life in general as Americans. We're busy people around the world, right? So, use us as a way to assist you in your journey of finding these tiny little nuggets initially of relaxation, and then with time we can lead into more of this meditation, which is really what we're doing every night when we sleep, right? That go into deep cellular recovery, to go into the limbic system and kind of reset our memories and in our mind for yet another day, right? And so the meditation, when we get that deep, we're actually moving into the same thing we do inefficiently when we sleep, which is why you're always like, sleep is really important as well, right? It's another form of meditation. So we're all experts in it, but when we do it consciously, it seems a bit awkward. And so, let us help you in this month of February, heart health, and this importance of relaxation and being able to assist you into the depths of your optimal living and a holistic healthy life.
I think one thing that we do a lot with our patients is we teach them yoga nidra, and
Nidra.
and I think that is there are many resources out there. We have many that we share with our patients as well. We've done prior talks and podcasts on this, so you might go back and listen to
Subscribe to us on
that.
YouTube, opt2live.com, OPT, the number 2, LIV.
You might just give a 1-minute brief on how does that work to help you get into that state, that meditative
It
state.
is a physical, so the journey is a physical relaxation first, then can lead to a mental relaxation, and then that can lead to emotional relaxation. And that's all Yoga Nidra is doing, is helping you to relax across those 3 areas of our physiology, and even the ability to move through frequencies of the brain, right? Beta, active now. Alpha is the healer that signals to the body and the brain that, hey, I think we're going to sleep. Melatonin gets dropped in, and then you move into sleep, which is theta and delta. These are the cycles, right? How fast is the brain moving? Delta, almost hardly any movement of the brain, right? These is when we go into really deep meditations. But the alpha is a relaxed state, and that's what the yoga nidra is moving you into, so you can get out of the physical world into your sleep world. Super powerful stuff. We are open to help you guys along this journey. Definitely reach out to us. Our members, right? This is included in your membership, so use it. Get a hold of us. Schedule with me. Be more than happy to help you along that journey. Wishing you guys a wonderful day. Take care.